What's up everyone, my name's Zane and welcome to my results from 10 hours of winemaking. Just briefly, we started this with 69 cooking, which is important because it means we can't fail making any wines, and we ended at 90 cooking. With that said though, let's go ahead and get right into the stats. So starting things off as always with the experience, the main thing to say about this is that this is by far one of the most accessible, one of the fastest, and one of the best cooking training methods in the game. In fact, it's actually one of the best skilling training methods in the game, period, because of how fast it is. Turning to the supply cost though, it's obviously a pure loss basically. But on the flip side, it only costs 400k per hour to do, which means that the average player can actually sustain doing this method even if they're not a high level or late game player quite comfortably because it's not too hard to make 400k per hour. And to be blunt, this is probably the only method in the game that is this fast at skilling while also being this cheap. In terms of the additional stats, there are two key things to note. First of all, we managed to make just over 2,340 wines per hour, and it is definitely possible to go slightly faster than this, which means you could be getting slightly more experience per hour than I did. Secondly, and probably most notable of all though, is how low the GP to experience ratio is for this method, given how fast this method trains your skills up. Again, I really have to emphasize that this is one of the fastest methods of training any skill in RuneScape, and it's insanely cheap to do. It really should be your go-to cooking training method. You can't really justify not doing this when it's so cheap and so quick. In terms of the method itself, there isn't too much to say because it's super simple and super easy to do. The only thing to say about this method really is that it's semi-AFK. You can leave it for around 15 seconds at a time, but you can't really leave it for any longer than that. Finally, in terms of a brief summary for this method, first of all, it is one of the fastest training methods in the game, period. Secondly, it's incredibly cheap experience considering the speed of the method especially. It's also not particularly focus or click intensive, and it's semi-AFK to do, which means that it's not a difficult method at all. And so overall what I would say is that you should definitely be doing this to train your cooking, provided you're over 68 cooking so that your wines don't spoil. And frankly, I think the results speak for themselves. So with all of that said, that is it for me for this video, so I do hope you enjoyed and found it helpful. And as always, if there is anything else you'd like to see me cover, feel free to drop me a line down below and I will do my best to make it happen. Although do just note that I'm working on a bit of a bigger project at the moment, so it might take me a little while, around 2 weeks to get around to it. So I hope you're all having a lovely week in the run up to Christmas, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!